Right, I'm joined today by Mark White ahead of today's FA Trophy game against Maidenhead United. Mark, how you doing today?
Yeah, all good, mate. Thank you.
I just want to quickly touch on something league-related in terms of rearranged fixtures. How frustrating as a manager is it that Saturday games get rearranged to a Tuesday, and how much say do you get as a manager and an owner and when those fixtures get played?
We get 42 days to play them when they're postponed. Yeah, look, I mean, normally you'd be annoyed, but we're not annoyed one bit because obviously we've got a lot of players missing, so another little break in the league up until the Woking game suits us down to the ground, really. Not sure we'll have many more back for that game, but it just means we won't lose anymore. So, yeah, listen, I mean, it means I think in Jan we're going to be going to York and Altrincham pretty much back-to-back evening-wise. But that's what you sign up for in this league, and I'm sure by then the boys will be, embracing the challenge.
And looking ahead to today, obviously, FA Trophy. Dorking tends to do better in the FA Trophy than the FA Cup. Why do you think that is?
We couldn't do any worse. Listen, do you know what? We've had some great early years in the FA Cup, to be fair. When we first started, we would go 2-3 rounds every year. We've done that now, we'll be flying. Yeah, we had a couple of great seasons. We had a really good team 3-4 years ago. We had a great side down here. Definitely better than the one we've got now, and more so because it had consolidated. We'd built it over the course of 2-3 seasons, which of course we look to do now. It's a good competition. I think there's an air of it's achievable to get to Wembley, every footballer's ultimate boyhood dream or manager. We've had arguably some of our biggest moments. Obviously, the infamous Stockport win in this competition. Although it won't happen today because there's no replays anymore. Right. So you need to be mindful of that in this game. No extra time or replays. So
straight to penalties.
Yeah, quite weird, isn't it? With 7 subs.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone thought that through. But yeah.
In terms of today's opponent, Maidenhead, a tough fixture in the FA Trophy. Obviously, there's a lot of lower league opposition still in the competition. And Maidenhead themselves come into this game 5 games unbeaten and wins away at the likes of Solihull Moors a couple of weeks ago, Oxford City last week. How tough is it going to be today?
I think a really good Maidenhead, and I've watched, obviously, like we do, watched the videos, and they beat us down here as well. On a great run. They're always agile, fit. I think Adam puts together a really, really good side, and I'm expecting a really tough challenge. Yeah, there would have been by far easier games, but we would have thought that with Horsham in the FA Cup. Obviously, we're at 6 and 7s. We have no recognised strikers today, so that's a first. But we're hoping the crowd and the boys get us through it.
Just want to touch on that quickly. You mentioned yesterday in your catch-up that Jimmy and Alfie were both cup-tied. Was there ever a thought when they were sent on loan to Bognor that, not to play them in the FA Trophy so they could play today, for example?
No, listen, I asked myself the question, but that was 7-8 weeks ago. You don't think for 1 minute that you're going to have that many players missing still. The amount of boys we got signed on, registered on the payroll, you didn't think for 1 minute you'd be down a bare bone. So, yeah, obviously a little bit gutted that them 2 boys can't feature. We don't have wingers and we don't have strikers. That's where we are, but we're going to try and fathom it, mate. That's the plan. Harry Ottaway's had a problem at training that has flared up this morning. So no Harry, no Alfie, no Jason. That's where we are.
So just touching on that, what's the team looking like for today then? What's the lineup?
Well, I mean, Luke Moore's going to go and roll back the years. He's an old number 9, Luke. So be a lot of false 9 going on. I think we're going to try and be aggressive in high areas in terms of on the ball. McManus and Taylor are playing in midfield. Going to try and penetrate sort of like in their last third with boys that can run beyond them. Bobby out on the wing, someone that can get shots off, be dangerous. We just need to utilise the strengths we've got to get something out of the game. And we can, of course. We're more than capable, but we are a shell of what what we could be, which is obviously disappointing. But we'll give it everything we've got.
Yeah. Well, good luck today, Mark, and speak to you after the game.
Cheers, mate.